Infection.
Your hometown station, WEBO, John Cougar Mellencamp. Life in a small town. It's 8:15, 15 minutes after 8 o'clock with Dave. And let's take a look at your AccuWeather forecast.
Oh boy, snow mixing with rain today, a high of 39 degrees. Now, we may get 2 to 4 inches, but like I said before, I think we've gotten all the snow that's going to be available to us today. So let's just keep that in our thinking cap here. Tonight, a shower early, cloudy with a low of 34. And then tomorrow, clouds giving way to some sunshine with a high of 45. Currently, 32 degrees. It's 8:15 in the morning. It's Dave and Lou, and this is the morning show.
It is the WEBO Morning Show, Lou. And I got to press this button, and then I got to press that button. And we say good morning this morning to Village of Owego Mayor Mike Baratta. How are you, Mike?
Morning, guys. I'm good.
Thanks for coming in this morning. It's nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for
too.
braving the blizzard.
Just keep your distance.
Yeah, we'll keep distance
you
here.
stay over there. It's almost.
I'll stay in my chair. You stay in your chair,
Maybe
Dave.
it might be more like 3 feet, but it's.
We're safe
Right.
distance.
How are things?
I mean, good. You know.
I was going to ask in the Village of Owego, but I want to see how things are in the Baratta household first. How's everything going? Good.
Yeah, they're good. Kids are home.
Yeah.
I'm home. Working from home.
You're working from home.
How's that going?
It's good.
With the kids and you working at home and all that?
I mean, they're pretty self-sufficient. So
Yeah.
Really? How do you make that work? How do you do that?
and I mean, they mainly just want food and
Snacks?
right.
No, they don't want any food. They just want
Internet.
snacks. Can I get a snack? I'm making dinner.
yeah,
Well, I just a quick snack.
and just a little snack.
No,
yeah.
no, we're gonna have dinner. Okay, so they finally.
We got through the first week, Mike,
We did.
you know, with, and there was a lot of creativity going on that first week. People were trying to come up with things to do and all that kind of stuff,
Very true.
And now we're into starting week 2.
Week number 2. I will say the Owego Appalachian schools have done a great job.
Yeah.
I know our kids are on their iPads. They're having almost like class with their teachers.
That's awesome.
Video chatting. It's pretty cool.
Isn't that something, how far we've come? I mean,
Yeah. It's like the
in
net.
my day, the little black slate that you carried with the chalk, if you run out of chalk, you were done.
I know.
Well, Mike and I are just thinking about how far we've come since he and I went to school. How far we've come since
Right.
you went to school.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, cars have engines now.
I know. Have to
Dinosaurs are extinct.
ride the pony to school.
Yeah. So, how are things going in the Village of Owego? I mean, we spoke to Don Castellucci, who's the supervisor of the town of Owego last week, and he, shortened hours and Dropbox this and Dropbox that, and
Yep.
I imagine maybe some similar things in the village.
We're doing similar types of things. Obviously, we did, well, we're not doing shortened hours, but we are doing like rotating shifts. So there's only like one person in each office kind of deal. Trying to keep things open and still moving while safe.
Right.
We did close the doors to the public. We said that you can make an appointment.
That's
to
the
be
best
seen.
thing, yeah.
A lot of stuff's available through our website as far as permits and forms and that kind of thing. Most of them are PDFs you can fill in an email or call. And
I doubt too many people are doing much of that right now anyway.
we got a Dropbox up front if you need to pay your sewer bill. You can also call and pay with credit card over the phone or that kind of thing. So,
Yeah. Just a different way of doing things now, huh?
yeah. So, I mean, we're still there to answer questions and help people, but
Village is still operational. Fire department's still operational. Police department's still
Yep.
operational. DPW.
DPW, we've reduced our shifts, but we're still operational.
I saw
Right?
Jeff just drive by in the village truck a second ago. I mean,
Right.
everybody's still running. The sewer department's still running. Everybody's
Yep.
open for business, doing their jobs.
Yep. We got a big construction project going on at the sewer plant. Construction is deemed an essential service, so that's still going.
Especially when you're working on a sewer plant.
Right.
Yeah, you want to
Kind of want to keep the water
It's a little
flowing, One weird thing, last Wednesday, we
Okay.
were supposed to have Village of Elections.
Oh yeah.
They were
Postponed.
delayed by a day anyway because of St. Patrick's Day. Apparently,
Correct.
there's some sort of a rule somewhere that you can't have village elections on St. Patrick's
Well,
Day.
can you
which is a
imagine all
Tuesday.
those Irishmen coming in there after a couple pints of Guinness, singing and
Yeah.
carrying on in the voting booths?
Yeah,
You don't want that.
yeah.
Make
they
it interesting.
think it's a kissing booth or something. Yeah, but and a lot of people are, they miss the idea that village of elections are held in March anyway.
Correct.
Because most of us, I'm sure even you guys in the village think, oh yeah, election day's in November. Oh right, we gotta
Right.
run for re-election because March is coming up.
Yes, it's an odd schedule.
And we had you in just before that to give us kind of an update on who's running because it's a
Yep.
pretty simple story, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So tell us that.
So it's everybody's running unopposed aside from our clerk treasurer, Rodney. Joe Brettweiser's running against Rodney.
So that's the only race with a contest in it, really, and everybody
Correct.
else is unopposed. That election was supposed to take place last Wednesday,
It was.
and a St. Patrick's Day delay wasn't enough. It got delayed for some other reason. too.
Yeah. COVID-19.
I heard about that.
The state delayed it until April 28th is what they said. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Now, I don't remember how it normally works after Election Day when that actually takes effect.
If there had been an
April
election,
1st. It's
there
always
would've been-
April Fool's Day.
Nice.
that's when you would have taken office?
Yes.
Okay, so,
So
now it's
you've all had your terms extended then.
That's what they tell us, yeah.
Okay. At least until,
At least till April 28th.
and then they would take effect.
From what we hear, as soon as the results are final
Right.
or certified. So,
who does that, Mike? Who Board of Election?
yep, the Tioga County Board of Elections.
Okay.
So
I was wondering where those orders come from.
that day also happens to be the Democratic primary in New York State. So it's a much bigger
Get it
election
all,
that day.
all done all at once. Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to work
Makes
that.
sense.
But
Interesting.
Well, and who knows how that will even work at this point too. That could get pushed off again somehow, some which way.
yeah, you never know.
Stay tuned for updates on that.
I think it's all up in the air. Really.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's all day by day, or even trying to. Irene said, "So what's your plan this week?" And I said, "Ooh, my plan is to not have a plan.
right? Get through the week, right?
Yeah, you gotta
just
be
don't-
flexible.
You just don't know what's around the next corner,
Yeah.
and you got to be,
Mike, I
flexible.
got to ask you, you being the mayor and connected to the village, what is your sense of what's going on in the village? Are the people in the game? Are they in for the long haul?
I think so. I mean, you can tell going around the village, there's less people out today. Also, I know we've ordered some takeout, and our local restaurants, seem to still be busy when I
yeah,
show up to pick up stuff. So, I mean, that's a good thing, I think.
yeah. I know that the Parkview announced over the weekend that they've taken themselves out of the race. They've said, you know what, we're going to shut down. So Parkview was doing takeout for last week, along with everybody else, but they're not doing it now either. I don't know if any of the others will follow suit or what, but
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, it is number one, of course, it supports local businesses, which is so important
Yeah.
for economies of places like Owego and Waverly and
Yeah.
Candor, Newark Valley and Appalachian. I mean, it's so important. But number two, just being able to get takeout from some places, kind of like the bright spot in the day.
It is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Where do you guys want to get dinner from tonight? Let's, you got to pick last night. What do you get to pick tonight? Where do you want to go? And
Yep.
and just doing something like that, fun as a family to make that decision, and somebody gets to trek out and
Yep.
and conquest the meal and bring it back and put it on the table, and it's good. You got to feel good about that all the way around.
Yeah.
Just doing something different, having a nice treat, supporting a local business, and not having to cook after you've been working from home,
Right.
and teaching from home, and babysitting from home, and mothering and fathering from home. It's a nice treat at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, those who don't, my wife works in daycare, so she's still working.
Yeah, essential service. Yeah,
Essential service, yes. So yeah, it's I have that long commute down the basement steps, but
So are village meetings still happening? And if so,
They
how,
are.
how do those take place?
they are. We are doing YouTube Live, not quite the setup you have here,
Not far different, though.
But we still are having meetings as of now. We're supposed to have one on April 1st. Got moved because I was supposed to go on vacation, but that's not probably happening.
Probably not happening.
But we'll still do it on April 1st. We'll see how it goes.
So you'll stream it live. Are the meetings open to the public?
The last one was. It was right at the beginning of this whole deal. Like I said, we'll see how it goes, I guess.
I guess what you could do is, of course, number one, while we're here, discourage people from attending in person and saying, if you just want to see what's going on, watch it from home.
Yeah, definitely watch it from home.
Not that hard to find.
Even if they want to interact, they can email me during the meeting.
Right. Or text in or whatever.
Or text or whatever, you know what I mean?
But, you could do like they're doing in the press corps with Governor Cuomo and just thin out the number of seats and put them 6 feet apart from one another and say, if you really got a village business that you need to be at the meeting for, if you're on the agenda, maybe.
Right.
And
yeah, we'll figure it out,
Yeah. It's interesting times. We're figuring out all kinds of things we never thought we'd have to figure out before.
Oh, I'll tell you.
That's amazing. For sure. It's definitely a different animal. We're not used to dealing with something that we can't see or don't know.
Yeah. I think everyone's doing pretty well with it, though.
I think so.
I think that they're, we get it now. I hope most everybody gets it. You follow the rules, and just hunker down for a little bit. And the more we do this, the sooner we do it, the shorter it will have to be.
I think the biggest thing at least I've been dealing with, I know Marty's been dealing with it too, is just answering questions from everybody about what are the rules.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I watch the press briefings every day with Governor Cuomo because they're very informative. And
the rules change every day.
They do change every day. And then you get to the end where the press gets to ask questions, and they'll ask clarifying questions like that. And you look at the governor, and you could just see him sitting there thinking for a second.
Yeah.
We don't have a written answer for that yet. So whatever we say now is going to be the rule. And I'm going to say no. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say no. And then once that's said, then that's what it's going to be from that point forward. But it's interesting to see, even at the top, they don't have every single thing figured out that far in advance. This is a decisions on the fly type situation.
Yep.
And I think it's actually, in terms of crisis management, I think they're actually doing a really great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty impressed, actually. We like to play and play the I Love New York song and jest a bit with the governor. And we've had our thoughts, opinions, and feelings on the governor. But as far as the way things are going right
I think he's doing a good job at this, personally.
I think that it's being done the best that it can be. And I think also that we're leading the charge.
Well, the density of the population in New York City is driving a lot of that. I mean, when they're, you talk about, we're pretty spaced out here in the country.
Yeah.
In the rural America, rural New York.
Yeah.
You get down in the city and your apartment is boom, 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 and you live in those tenements or you live in a high rises and you're one on top of the other and the people are coming in contact. It's almost unavoidable.
Yeah.
You can't run and hide from this stuff. So, and as far as the governor's responses to questions and the ever-changing environment that we're in.
Yeah.
You can't do, I like this term, a knee-jerk reaction sometimes.
No.
You might like to say, boom, no, yes, maybe, whatever, but we haven't got the answer for that, but let me digest that. Let's all the brains, all the people that know what's going on hear that.
Yep.
And we'll come back with a real answer as best. Yeah. And by the way, I think in a lot of cases from Washington to New York to every state capital to your town, county, village, whatever, we're only as smart as what we know.
Yes.
I mean, and it's ever changing. I mean, we talk about it's like a popcorn popper. Boom, 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 boom. Something happens, and it's like it's an all new ball game.
Yeah.
Things that we've been doing and thinking we're all right. Fauci and the Washington staff might come out and say, also, no. We got to stop doing that because it's not effective.
Right.
You know, so we have to be attuned to that. And when they have these briefings, I know my wife gets on, I don't know, she has 2 or 3 briefings a day and one every night at 7:00. That's about an hour and a half long. And they're getting updated constantly on the situation. So, you know, it's an ever-changing environment.
Yeah.
Challenging.
And I mean, it has to be a uniform response, right?
Exactly.
Unlike a flood or something that's very localized, this is
Right.
widespread. So
Yeah, we know what we need to do here. This is such a different thing. I was speaking with Sheriff Howard late last week, and asking him a couple of questions about how we do things local. And I said, as we were wrapping up the conversation, I said, "Isn't it nice for this particular emergency to not have to be your emergency?" You know, because really, all we're doing on a local level, for the most part, is taking orders from the state. Here's what they want to do, and we just go along with it. Health department is, you know, much more involved in terms of testing and all of that stuff and data. Those guys are really, those guys are the sheriff's department of this emergency, whereas the sheriff's department of the flood was, you know, opening and closing roads and dealing with this, that, and the other. It's just so different. It's so different.
Yeah, no, the health department's on the front lines for sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks to them and all the hard work they're doing. Thank you, Mayor Baratta, for all the hard work you and your trustees and your employees are doing to continue to serve the village residents and businesses. We appreciate it. I think you guys have been doing a great job all along, and I appreciate it.
If you have a concern in the village and you need to talk to somebody, you can check the website.
Or you could tell Lou at the grocery store on Sunday.
Talk to me at the grocery store. Let's keep your distance. Or you can call in and talk to someone to see if this service is available or when it's going to be available. And
Correct.
And what I need to do to get something taken care of.
And we might be able to do it virtually, chances are, you know, either through phone, email, or forms already on our website.
It's all out there.
We did develop with the health department a procedure for our first responders as far as to keep them safe. So if you call 911, they're still going to come no matter what your situation.
A few extra screening questions, though.
That is true. Yes, 911 will ask you a couple extra questions.
But that implementation's happened everywhere.
Correct. Yeah.
Not just here.
To try and keep everybody safe. So.
Well, we thank you for your patience. We thank you, Mayor Baratta, for all your hard work and for coming in this morning. Appreciate that.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Keep us posted, and we'll socially distance. See you soon.
Okay.
Here at your hometown station, WEBO 833. Michael Baldwin's got news next here at your hometown station.